welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be talking about the future. So first, think about this. What technological devices couldn't you live without, and why? In my case, I think I couldn't live without my cell phone. What about you? Think about this so we can share in class. Okay? Now, let's think about how you think these devices are going to change in the next 2, 5, or 10 years. For example, laptops, video games, cell phones, etc. Please write down at least 3 ideas so we can all share during class. Okay, great. Let's continue. I want you to please read these 3 sentences with me and choose one that you think sounds more interesting. Travel by teleportation and force fields could become scientific realities within decades. Time travel will definitely be possible in the future. Telepathy, force fields, and invisibility are likely to become reality at some point in the future. Which one is more interesting for you, and why? In my case, I think I chose number 3. Why? Because I really like the idea of being invisible. Okay, now let's read the sentences again. If you notice, I highlighted in pink some words. Today we're looking at models to speculate about the future. We're using could, will, be likely to, and of course, as usual after a model, we're going to use our verbs in base form. So let's take a look at this. I want you to please read these sentences again and identify them with numbers 1, 2, and 3. Number 1 means certain. You are sure that this will happen. 2, fairly confident. You are almost sure this will happen. And number 3, uncertain. You think it's possible, but you're not really sure. Pause the video while you work on this. Okay, so if you notice, the first sentence, travel by teleportation and force fields could become scientific realities within decades, is number 3. We're not really sure about this. Then, time travel will definitely be possible in the future, is number 1. We are very sure that this will happen. And the last one, telepathy, force fields, and invisibility are likely to become reality at some point in the future. We are fairly confident. We are almost sure that this will happen. Okay, great. So, we can use adverbs such as certainly, almost certainly, definitely, easily, and probably with will and want to clarify or modify our speculations. Remember that these adverbs usually come between will and the main verb, but they go before want. Remember here we are saying that we are certain of something, right? We're very sure. We can use the adverbs positively, well or very well, and easily with may, might, and could. We can also use some phrases to speculate about the future. Be sure to or bound to, we are confident that something will happen. Be likely to, or that we are fairly confident but not 100% sure. Be unlikely to, or that you're fairly confident that something will not happen. Please note, we're going to use to and infinitive after likely or unlikely when the subject of the verb is the same. For example, we are likely to be late. Who's going to be late? We, right? So that's why we're using to and infinitive. But we are using that when the subject is different. It is likely that we will be late. If you notice, the subject is it, and then we have we. So because it's different, we're using that. Okay, great. Now, I want you to please look at the phrases here in the box. Which one do you think we could use to replace could, will definitely, and are likely to? Pause the video while you work on this. Okay, let's go ahead and check. So, will definitely could be is bound to and is sure to. We are confident about this, we're sure. Are likely to, could easily, may very well, should, will almost certainly, and will probably. We are fairly certain but not 100% sure. Could, may, and might, We think it's possible, but really we have no idea here. Okay, great. Now let's go to student book page 149. Exercise number 2. Here we need to underline the correct alternatives in order to complete the sentences. For example, letter A. I will have to do some work over the weekend. In this case, because we have the adverb well, we're going to use may, right? I may well have to do some work over the weekend. Now pause the video and work on the rest, please. Okay, let's check. I probably won't be taking another vacation until next year. C. I think I should be able to get this exercise done fairly quickly. D. It is highly unlikely that I will be going out tonight. E. I'm about to get a new job before the end of the year. F. I certainly won't be studying English at this time next year. Now think about this. Are these sentences true for you? If not, please change them so we can compare during class. Okay, now go to workbook page 29, exercise 6. Here you're going to read some sentences. There are mistakes in 4 of the sentences. Please find the mistakes and correct them. The first one is already done for you. Sea levels are likely to rise by over a meter by the end of the 21st century. Now pause the video while you work on this. Okay guys, we're actually going to check this exercise during our class. Now, it's time to make your own predictions. The kinds of jobs available to young people in the future. The size and shape of your hometown in the next few years. New gadgets and appliances in your home. The kind of food we'll be eating and the kinds of clothes we'll be wearing at some point in the future. And changes to the way people meet, date, and fall in love with. Please write down at least one idea for each of these prompts. Okay guys, we're going to share our predictions in class. And finally, I want you to write down 5 more predictions about what you think Guatemala will be like in 2025, 2030, 2040, and 2050. Remember to have this ready before class so we can all share then, okay? I'll see you then. Bye-bye!